Welcome back, Shelley.
Hello.
Yes. So, going back to your business, what are your personal and business goals?
Personal goals. Well, I get to preach at the homeless shelter, so that's my very first love, is get to go and share what God's done for me, because he's no respecter of persons, He'll do it for everyone just as long as you know him. So, that's my first love, is to go and to be able to share that. My business goals is to become an international speaker about courage, and to be able to explain how we built this company with courage, or we would never be anywhere. I mean, we called on clients. We had a 700 square foot garage. I sold my family Jaguar, bought a Scion XB delivery car. We called on the largest whale in Kansas City. I call, big accounts a whale. And I mean, like 15 times. And they said to us, you guys are like a mom and pop organization. I mean, you'll never take down us. And you'll never do any work for us, they told us. And I looked at them and I said, we're like Starbucks coffee. We do one thing and we do it right. And I don't even know where that came from, but it was courage. It was just like you. Whenever that welled up inside of you, you're like not going to sit down and take it. And so we're now on their standard operating procedure. We have 38 jobs with them. And I'm a professional in not taking no for an answer. I mean, I did not ask the right question if you're giving me no for an answer. If you're building something and you don't want to use my service, then I did not ask you the right question, because there's no way that you would tell me no. Whenever you realize the benefits of what we do, there's just no way. So I have that, strong thing that says, hey, and I believe everybody has courage. The beautiful thing is that you don't have to have money to have courage. It's free.
Yep,
and it's best whenever you don't have money to have courage. Because we will no longer have a bad economy. Think how many entrepreneurs are sitting out there on their couch right now going, gosh, you know what, I've always wanted to, whatever, be the Secretary of State. Well, you took the step and you sent President Obama your book, and it's going to get in the hands of someone, and they're going to read it and they're going to call you. So you have to have the courage to be able to answer the phone and say, yes, I mean, I expected this phone call. And if you're an entrepreneur sitting on the couch right now listening to this and you have an idea, God didn't put an idea in your head without giving you the tools to follow through and do it. So get up off your couch and go do whatever it is that he called you to do. And it's going to, the crazy thing is owning your own business, people think, oh, well, as soon as you start, you got to have a janitor and you got to have whatever. No, when you start your business, you're going to be the janitor, you're going to be the cook, you're going to be the bottle wash cleaner, you're going to be everything. You can't afford to start a business and have everything it's worked into. And so, I cleaned the toilets when my husband did the books on Saturday. We came every day and waited, every Saturday and waited for the mail to come so that we could, know what we're going to have to do. So it's one of those things that's just, get up and do it. If you have to do it afraid or fake it till you make it, pretend like you're somebody else and go do it. And then all of a sudden that somebody else becomes you. So did I answer that question?
Yes, in a long way, but
sorry.
The cleaning toilet in the, as you know, I was in the military, and in the military we had to clean the toilet bowls inside and out, really. Yeah. And but it's a process, getting to where you want to go, and so it's not going to kill me. And that's, speaking of courage, actually, it's a kind of a bottomless, not bottomless. It's no end to the resource. It's just to keep on generating. More you use it, more it comes out.
Yeah. So, I wish we could tell your story. I was so inspired by your story whenever you were in a class about writing your dissertation, and someone spoke out bad about our country, and courage welled up inside of you, and the way you handled your courage was so beautiful, and the results were spectacular. Because you have courage. And most people that, whenever that wells up inside of them that says, oh my gosh, say something, they're like, oh, I couldn't say that. I might offend them, or I might not say it properly. Well, say it. It doesn't matter. Just say whatever wells up inside of you, say it.
Yeah. I love that story. At that time, I was so angry at that rude guy, looking down upon the minorities and, putting us down. But after what happened, and after I stood up, and then all kind of helps just poured me for what I need for somewhere else, like writing the dissertation, Ph.D. Yeah. And so later on, I think about it, and I really appreciate that guy. Yeah, the rude guy who gave me the opportunity for me to show to the world what I'm made of.
Yeah. And I mean, and then help showed up to help you. That's the thing, is that whenever you well up in courage and you use your voice and say, I'm not going to take that. I didn't ask. You know, the thing I always stand with is, I didn't ask you. I mean, I didn't ask you. And so then you use your voice, and then amazing things happen because other people then want to become your cheerleaders, and they want to help you.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to you.
And I love that story. But if I still want to talk about that, and we won't have enough time to talk about your story.
Sorry.
But anyway, so we've got only about 2 minutes before another break. It's just time flies, We must be having fun. And so what are your keys to running a successful business, and the keys of finding great employees?
Well, I talked about attitude. I talked about belief. All my employees, I encourage, I believe. I hired my very best employee. She walked in. She had an amazing attitude. I set her down. I said, "Can you start on Friday?" She's like, "Well, do you want to look at my resume?" Not really. She goes, "Well, can I wear jeans?" I said, "You can wear whatever you want as long as you have that attitude." And this girl, she supersedes everything we do. She answers our phone. She is my go-to girl. She does my marketing. She is, Chrissy, that's who you were working with whenever we were setting all this up. So it's finding someone that has an attitude, not a handout. So many people are around, what are you going to pay me? What are my hours? Well, I can't work on Friday because, my dog eats cat food on Friday and I have to be home at 2 o'clock to feed my dog. Shut up.
Yeah. So, and then they wonder, why they can't have a good job, or they can't stay on a good job for a long time.
Yeah. It's because you expect more than you give.
Yeah. And is that the Christine you're talking about, the person who sent me all those information?
Yeah. Her name's Christy.
Yeah, she did a great job.
She's so. And you know what? Even if she doesn't get something exactly right, she's like, "Okay, Shelley." I'm like, "Big deal. It doesn't. If your heart is in the right place, we got it all handled. We're doing exactly what we need to be doing." So but she walked in the front door, and I didn't even look at her resume. Then I found out she had this amazing resume. But I don't care what your resume says. I want to know what your attitude is. If you have an attitude and a heart of giving, then we can do anything. Now, my engineers and things like that, I had to look at their resumes, things like that. But for her, it was just, you're amazing. I love your smile. I love your attitude, and I want you to work.
And so we've got only about, about 4 or 5 minutes. So let's talk about the obstacles or challenges you've encountered being a woman in a predominantly male industry for about 1 minute.
1 minute, okay. Let's see. I'll talk fast. So basically, the only challenges I ever incurred were ones that I presented to myself. Really, if someone didn't respect me, it wasn't because they were a man or a woman. It was because I wasn't respecting myself. So my biggest challenge was my head, the way I thought, the way I believed, because it being in the kind of environment I had when I was growing up and everyone rolling their eyes at me, I expected everyone to roll their eyes at me. So I had to become a better leader, a better so many things better to be able to overcome those obstacles, because I'm very bold and I'm very tenacious, but I was my own worst enemy a lot of times. So as far as the stereotypical thing, well, I'm a woman in a male industry and, the men thought I was whatever, I don't really care what they think. They don't write my checks here and they don't pay my bills. So the thing that I had to control was my own thoughts about how I felt about myself that allowed me to go into those environments.
Yeah, those are things that I guess have brought a lot of awards for you and your business. So what awards were they?
Well, I was, a mean businesswoman. I don't even know what all they are. The CEO of the year, that was my most honored for a City Union Mission, which is a homeless shelter here. I got a lot of stuff. I don't know. I can't think off the top of my head.
Oh, that's awesome.
But the very, very best award I got was my 2 grandbabies, and they call me Sugar. So you know what? That supersedes anything and everything, because those 2 babies, oh my gosh, they're amazing.
Yeah. In Korea, all the grandparents always want to talk about their grandchildren, so we charge them for speaking about them.
Oh, how funny. Oh, yeah, well, okay then.
But, anyway, we've got only about 2 minutes actually now. And what advice would you give to others who also have, let fear control their lives and hold them from their dreams?
Yeah. Well, first of all, there's probably someone right now listening thinking, oh, my gosh, I have a question. Should I call in? Should I not call in? Well, first of all, I'm going to encourage you to call in and ask the question, because the thing that you're going to find out is that that's going to haunt you the rest of your life, of always that, should I or should I not? Just do it. I mean, do it. You can't be wrong. So if there's someone that has a question for us, call in, because it'll be the first step of you being able to realize your dream. But as far as advice goes, I'm a very avid learner. You never get in my car without having, a CD in my car of a leadership training that I'm listening to, or I always listen about the Bible because I think they have amazing leadership stories in the Bible. But, I'm a very avid learner. One of my best advice is never be left alone with your thoughts, because your thoughts are poisonous. So you have to retrain your thoughts, and you have to become the person that you want to be by reconditioning yourself to the beliefs that were instilled to you as a young child.
Mm-hmm. And so what legacy do you want to, wish to leave behind?
Oh, legacy. Well, my foundational belief in God is my very first legacy. I want to leave my children and my grandchildren, but I also want them to leave a legacy of, do it afraid. Of course, their fear level is going to be a lot different than mine, because they have a grandmother that, I would die and kill for my children and grandchildren. So they're going to have a different experience in life anyway. But I'm just going to be left by them knowing that they have a grandmother that said, you know what, you can do it. Matter of fact, my little guy that's 4, he's almost 4, I've taught him to say, vote for me in 2045 because I'm going to be the next president of the United States of America.
Ooh.
And he's been saying that since he's 2.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Somebody's got to be.
Yeah. Wow, I would like to meet him.
Oh, he's spectacular. Oh, my gosh, he's hilarious. But I'm just saying, you know what? I mean, somebody had to tell you something, right?
Uh-huh.
So why not make it powerful?
Yeah. And so I was spreading my, story in Korea, and I met already 5 people, 4 guys and 1 woman, 1 girl. They all promised me that they're going to become the president of Korea in the future.
Okay.
So, yeah, already 5 promises, So
there you go.
But anyway, so I wish we had more time, but I guess it's time to say bye. But before you leave, though, could you share your website with our listeners once again?
Yes, it's www.mysmartplans.com. mysmartplans.com. You can Google my name, Shelley Armato, and it'll take you right to our website, and you can read more about what we do. But if you're in any kind of construction project, our technology will totally transform your project. We advance the schedule as much as 30%. It is fabulous what we've done, but we're the third-party provider of that managing all that information. So
great.
That's my commercial too.
Yeah, I look forward to working together to realize our wonderful dreams together. And thank you so much, and have a wonderful holiday.